Hey, welcome to part 2 of the Player's Choice haul for, what is it, November? All right, so we got Justice. It's another one of the New Universe comics, so I was like, I might as well grab every New Universe because it's a pretty finite series to read, and I think they try to give their best to it. This one I found out, I already have it. I hate Justice League I love Justice League International, but I hate trying to collect for it because I looked on my app and it was like, no, yeah, you don't have number 66. Probably because I was looking at the other Justice League International. It's like it started off Justice League, and then number 7 was Justice League International, and then it became Europe, and then there's two different. Oh, it just drives me crazy. I wish the app would confine like when it was called Justice League International, even though it's only like maybe 15 issues or something before it changed names again, and just leave it there because it drives me crazy trying to collect this. I already have this one. All right, I know this is a modern comic, but I was very curious when I saw these at Walmart. They had these Walmart, like, I don't know, 10 packs or something. And I would look at them every now and then and go, huh, what's going on nowadays with comics? Future State. And I think I was like, I found out from watching videos that, oh, it's like the future Justice League. This is really Clark Kent's son, which is John Kent. And this is what is her name? The Wonder Girl became Wonder Woman. And then this is Spotlight or whatever his name is. And that's the weird Green Lantern, and I don't know. I was like, I'm curious. Then JLA, I would like to collect all of these and then read them straight through. I found 2 of the 3 issues for this. Number 1 and 3. These covers are awesome looking. Very thick issues too. As Aaron likes to say, they're thickies. Yeah, there's a bub cover. All right, I definitely have already read this one before, but I'm like, when I was back at this is when I was trying to read and get rid of them. I was like, I'm going to read and donate. Now I'm like, I better go back and collect them up again because I might want to go back and reread something, and they may get hard to find, especially how popular JSA has become after Stargirl. I don't know. I've always liked JSA. So, yeah, I've never read number 21 too. I'm pretty sure I've read up the first like 30 some issues of that. Then everybody tells me how good Commandy is. So I was like, it's an Elseworld of Commandy. It's very 90s looking. Yep, 1993. I was about to say that's very 90s looking right there. And I got only 2 issues of it, numbers 1 and 3. This is probably toward the end of me looking at stuff, not because it's in alphabetical order. I look at alphabetical order. They're not in alphabetical order, but I was just getting tired. I was like, yeah, I'll try it. You know, I like to fill my basket up before I leave. And make sure I get as close to 12 issue multiples. This one, I don't know, it looks kind of cool. It looks like some kind of, no offense to Alan Davis and Neary, but the art looks very simple. I don't know, I kind of like it. It's something intriguing about it. It's not Perez level, but it's just interesting looking enough for me to want to read it. This cover looks absolutely nothing I'd want to read, but it's Legion of Superheroes from the mid-2000s, so I'm like, I don't know the Justice League from that period, but not the Justice League, the Legion of Superheroes from that period, but I did read a trade paperback from probably around this period where I remember it was kind of funny because of the fact that what is his name, the guy who gets larger, kept saying, I'm shrinking boy, call me shrinking boy. He kept trying to, he's Colossal Boy. He kept trying to convince people. It was like, because if he gets knocked out, he goes back to large because that's his natural state. I thought that's interesting. All right, Magic Knight. The cover sold it. I'm like, I didn't see any other ones of these Magic Knights, but man, that cover, I was like, okay, this was probably me also trying to fill out the blank, but it wasn't like I put it in there. It's like, well, okay, it was one of the last minute add-ons. Manhunter. I hear a lot of bad about this comic series, but I don't remember anything bad about it back in the 90s when I was reading a few issues here and there. I thought it was pretty cool. Maybe it's just the covers were really cool, like the way they presented Manhunter. He looked really BA, like really cool looking. Yeah, I need to recollect all these. I used to have a bunch of these back in the day. And then they all mysteriously disappeared while I was in college. I've never heard of this. So I was like, it's DC, it's a trade paperback or whatever. No, it's not a trade paperback. It's a graphic novel, 104, number 1. Yeah, I'll try it. This cover looks awesome. This is a Night Mask. universe. Enough said. Nighthawk. I've actually read I don't think it was this one. It was Nighthawk and Robin. It was like the Batman and Robin, but I swear it was by Image or something. But anyway, it was like maybe I'm thinking of something else, like Night Owl or something. But that was like hilarious version of their parody. Anyway, he had a big old nest that he had in the top of his mansion, which nobody ever seemed to see. It was just there. Nobody ever saw it. I don't know if this is the same one, but this is Nighthawk. And the Nighthawk we know is from the, what is it called? The Supreme, something Supreme. I can't think off the top of my head right now. All right, this is the last pile, so in case you're getting bored, hold on. You got Star Brand, because you can't get a brand in your life. Teen Justice. Is this like a multiversity collision between Teen Titans and Young Justice? They only had number 4, and they had quite a few of them too, so evidently he got too many of them. And there's a numbering thing over here on the side, which I like. It's number 11 out of all those. I don't know anything about it. I just thought Teen Justice. Is this like Impulse and Kid Flash mixed together? And I can't even tell who the other characters are. Anyway, thought it was interesting. And look, Trinity number 6. Woo! I was so excited. I mean, I love, it's also the 6th one, so it's got the hand in the middle issue. I love what they did with this one. They had the 3 covers in a row that made a picture every time. I remember this character back in the day and his tragic ending, so I need to go back and reread it, read it. I only like read bits and pieces here and there. And this looks so stupid, I had to get it. I'm probably going to hate it. But Truth, Justin, and the American Way. I just hope it's not crappy. Like every joke's got to be a dirty joke. I don't want to read that crap. I know at first you're like, wait a minute, this is a cover you get? This is a bub cover. I'm like, I know. But I was like, when I was ignoring this, Wanderers. I'm like, I swear I got Wanderers. And I looked at my app. I was like, wow, this looks nothing like the other Wanderers that I got. So I was like, well, I'm guessing I need all 12 of them. I think there's 12 issues in this series. And look at this. It's one of the very, very, very few Wildcats that I definitely had at one time. But according to my app, I don't have 2 issues of Wildcats. And this is one of them. And I think 31's the other one. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm so glad to get this one. Wildcats. I love Wildcats. I don't know what happened to number 23. And I was reading the Earth 2, basically the Justice Society of America, numbers 1 through 3, and it had them in it for a brief second, like about a few panels, and it says, read more about them in their own series, World's Finest, which is like, oh. So is World's Finest is selling Earth 2. That's why it's got girl power going on. So I was like, sure, I'll try it. I have a feeling I'm going to need numbers 1 and 2 to kind of understand what's going on with this, because I don't think it's going to be self-contained, but who knows? In X Nation, I've heard negative about this, but I'm like going, look, it's $20.99, number 1. I think the idea is good enough. And the artwork is hilarious. I love their, this definitely at the same period as Young Justice, which had those, everybody had the big hands, big feet, and just completely Gumby bodies. Very, I don't know, American anime, I want to say, because it just looked really, I don't know, I like the artwork of this. They actually translated to the toys, which probably killed the toy line for Toy Biz, which, again, when they made those X-Men Ninja figures, I dug them. I was one of the few that liked them. And then we got Young X-Men, which I thought at first this was going back to when he was, back to the original team, kind of writing new stories for the original team. But I don't think so. I think it's, I don't know. There was a comic like that where they went back and they either rewrote the stories from issues, like the original issues back in the 60s, or they added to them. And it wasn't like classic X-Men, because classic X-Men goes back to like when it got really popular with Phoenix, is where it really started off at. This was back whenever it was like, the Doom Patrol era. Anyway, I don't know. I'm curious. I mean, anytime I see something like this, it makes me curious of what it is all about. All right, so what do you guys think? What's just your favorite issue out of these? And just going back real quick, is there anything I missed on? I'm excited about getting that one, even though I've read all of them, but I have no idea what happened to it. So which one's your favorite issue? If you're Bob, it's this one. If you're classic, you like probably that one. If you're modern, you like that one. Tell me what you think about New Universe too in the comments below. Like, I've heard good and bad, and then I've heard this is the best album and this is the worst album or whatever. I'm just curious because I've started reading New Universe. I had a few back in the day, but I don't think I ever got around to reading them before. I just got, I was just collecting them just because they were in the 10-cent bins back then. And it was like, ooh, it's the New Universe. I was like, ooh, it's new. And I just never got around to read them, I don't think. And I've been reading some of them since then, like Sci-Force. I think they're great. I think they're a lot of good, fun people. May write them off, but I don't know. Let me know your comments. So that's what I want to hear about. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.